Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw. I'm here with Vanessa Vitale, and we're at the Tillary in Brooklyn, and we're going to tell you all about this amazing hotel right in the heart of downtown Brooklyn, and this is Insider Travel Report. Vanessa, spent a couple nights here. It's an amazing hotel. It's right in the heart of downtown Brooklyn, as I said. Talk a little bit about the history, if you could, of this property.
Absolutely. So we opened back in August of 2015, but we really reopened in September of 2017 when we changed our name. And we started a new activation program so that we could bring the local community events into the space, including our ballroom downstairs. We do yoga, we do concerts. We really wanted to epitomize the space of Brooklyn and what was taking place in the area.
And you do that very well. And actually, the Tillary comes from the fact that we are on Tillary Street, right?
Indeed, yes. We're on the corner of Tillary and Flatbush Avenue Extension, right at the base of the Manhattan Bridge.
Now, talk a little bit about the accommodations. It's a modern hotel. It was new construction a few years ago, but what are the range of rooms and suites that you have?
Well, our most popular room type is, of course, our king room. We have some beautiful views, of course, of the Manhattan Bridge as well. We also have junior suites and executive suites, and we also have accommodations with 2 beds for those that want to come with friends or family and are visiting the Barclays Center nearby.
Yeah, well, and that is true. We're very close. We're a subway stop or 2 away from there. Now, and then you mentioned the bar, the distillery, and talk a little bit about the food and beverage options that you have now and things to come.
Absolutely. So we're super excited to have our whiskey bar on the 2nd floor. We showcase also locally distilled Brooklyn whiskey, especially from Kings County, which is here at the Navy Yard. We have some food options as well, kind of amplified bar food, if you will, and our restaurant, which will be opening this spring.
And what is the restaurant going to be? Can you give us a preview?
We're looking at a seafood-centric spot, also because we're close by the water. But this area really needs something that the community and locals can come to as well.
Yeah, well, it's not too far from, and we're going to talk about with the attractions, but not too far from a lot of different restaurants. So it's not like but it is in an area that you probably could use a very good restaurant. Now, you also have the coffee bar here too as well, right?
Indeed. The tea room, we feature Noble Tree Coffee, which is also local, and then pastries by Ben Kui, which is a great bakery over on Smith Street, and they just came out with a new cookbook.
Yeah, in fact, I had one, so it was quite good for breakfast, so that was nice. And then downstairs you have a pretty decent fitness center down there, right?
Indeed, yes. It's 24 hours, also quite large, 6 spin bites, elliptical machines, weightlifting, etc. It's a nice accommodation for our guests.
Yeah, and I want to go back to the distillery again because there is an outdoor terrace as well out there, right?
Yes. So outside we have about 3,000 square feet of outdoor space. It's beautiful and it's quiet. We're kind of on some pretty busy streets, and it's this little tucked away nook, if you will, that one can enjoy beer, wine, and of course cocktails.
Now, the other thing about this property, I think, is that it really does reflect. You mentioned some of the local things that you're using and the local products. If you could talk about what makes this really a Brooklyn hotel.
Absolutely. So I'm captivated by the contradictory nature of Brooklyn. It's this new Brooklyn versus old Brooklyn. And it was very important to me to kind of epitomize that in this space. So we have mid-century modern furniture. We have we have even in our elevators, we feature this old Brooklyn photography. But then we wanted to make sure that we're talking about what's happening in the space. So what food and beverage options are in the area, Master Brothers Chocolate, Kings County Distillery, and also just kind of the new modern Brooklyn, if you will, without losing its soul. It's especially its music soul, which is really, it's really important to me that we play interesting music, that we have concerts here, etc. Brooklyn is such an eclectic place, and I wanted to celebrate that.
Yeah, and then of course you're right in the heart of it. Talk about some of the attractions that you recommend to guests there, because we are really right in the center. We're right near downtown. We're not too far away from Dumbo. We're a subway ride or 2 from the Brooklyn Academy of Music, and then of course the Brooklyn Museum of Art. Those are some of the things I did, but what are some of the things that you would recommend to guests staying here?
My 2 favorites is definitely Dumbo, which is just right down the street. Anything from walking along the promenade in Brooklyn Heights, some amazing views of Manhattan and the Statue of Liberty. I also suggest the Brooklyn Library and also the Botanical Gardens, which is right in the area of the museum.
Yeah, no, they are wonderful places, and it's a whole new city to explore for people who think they know New York City and just Manhattan, but Brooklyn is indeed a separate city on its own, right?
Indeed it is. It's a very large borough with a lot of interesting things within.
Well, Vanessa, thanks very much for giving us a sense of what the Tillary is all about. Good luck in the future with your new restaurant.
Thank you.
And we hope to see it again soon. And it is really a great place to enjoy a city that maybe people didn't think of, Brooklyn.
Exactly. I hope everybody can come to Brooklyn and enjoy what I truly love and live every day.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.